Okay, today what we're going to talk about is one of the side effects of earthquakes, and that is a tsunami. So you're going to be taking notes on this part of your note sheet, the bottom portion here where it says tsunami. You're going to fill all this in, including the diagram on the bottom. Okay, so what is a tsunami? It's a massive wave or a series of waves that is caused by a displacement of water in the ocean offshore. A lot of students will say, gosh, I really want to go surf a tsunami, but it's not really possible. These images I'm showing you are images of a tsunami, not something you could surf with cars and washing machines and houses and stuff in it. It's not the kind of wave that has a big curl on it that you could ride. You would die. So don't do that. They're mostly formed by underwater earthquakes, but they can also be formed by underwater landslides, volcanic eruptions, and asteroid impacts. Anything that's going to displace a sizable amount of the ocean water, either by lifting it up or dropping it down. All right, so how does a tsunami form? There's a variety of steps that are involved in the formation of a tsunami, and we'll take a look at those. So first off, they're formed where the ocean is deep, and where they're deep, there's absolutely no contact with the energy of the wave and the ocean floor, so they get to move as fast as they can. But when they approach the shore, they contact the ocean floor and they begin to slow down, and this changes the properties of the waves. Okay, so in the deep ocean, in this boat, would you rather be here or would you rather be on the shore? Let's find out, okay? So in the deep ocean, they have a long wavelength. They can be 500 miles long between waves, and they can have a short wave height. How short? They could be a foot tall. Now, if you're in a boat and a foot high wave goes by, you're not going to notice it, especially when another one comes by 500 miles later. So those are not very dangerous in the water. However, the speed is extremely fast. So they can travel as fast as a jet airplane. So that's why we need to get tsunami warnings out as quick as we can, because if people aren't aware that the tsunami can be on them before they know what's happening, especially if they're still trying to deal with the effects of an earthquake. So as it moves into the shore then, it gets slowed down. So as it slows down, it drags those wave crests together, and it mushes all the water together, so you get a tall wave height and a short wavelength. So the waves are close together and very, very tall, because we've taken all this water that was spread out over 500 miles and then smushing it together over a very short distance, much less than a mile. And then just a couple of things you want to know about that. First, what's weird about that is when the waves pull up like that, sometimes it can pull the water out from the shore. It can be out like a half a mile. All of a sudden, all these fish are flapping on the shore, and some people have walked out and picked up fish and shells and done all this stuff, and then the tsunami wave comes in and wipes them out. So if you're on the beach and it suddenly just sucks out, you better get away from the shore and go to as highest ground as quick as you can get there. How tall can the waves be? Well, in 2005 in Indonesia, they had a massive tsunami, and the largest wave height measured was 100 feet. So if you think about it, the height of this building, this high school, is about 30 feet, so 3 times as tall as a high school. So that's crazy. Now, the other question you're going to ask is, can we have a tsunami in Flathead Lake? And the answer is no, we can't have a tsunami, but we can have something similar to it. And the best analogy I can give you is when you were a kid, your mom puts you in the bathtub and she says, now don't make a mess, and she leaves, and the first thing you do is grab both sides of the bathtub, and then you start rocking back and forth, and the waves are going one side or the other, and they're splashing out all over the place, and your mom comes in and there's water all over the floor. She's like, I told you not to make a mess. Okay. Now the same thing can happen in a large river, a bay, or a lake, and it's happened on the Great Lakes. Essentially, when there's an earthquake, it causes all the water to kind of slosh to one side and then back to the other and slosh back and forth until it settles down. So you can get boats and boat stations and stuff, boathouses that can be damaged because the water can go up several feet and then drop down several feet back and forth as that happens. So it's called a seiche that this occurs. Okay. So what you're going to do today is look at some of the tsunamis that have happened on this planet, learn a little bit about those, some of the damage they've caused, cause and effect sort of stuff. An assignment. All the information's on the sheet. You just need to do that and get it turned in. Awesome.